Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my best discoveries for the year 2020. So this year I tried a lot of fragrances that were released this year and fragrances that were released previously. I found many good discoveries, but also some other that were not as good. But I won't talk about these ones today. I will talk only about the fragrances that I really enjoyed discovering and yes, my favorite ones. Still, as I tried a lot, I suppose that this video can be really long. So I'm still considering making 2 videos about this subject. So just in case, maybe this video will be really long. So maybe prepare a snack or something to drink. So let's start. So the first brand I'm going to talk about is Chanel. So Chanel released a few fragrances this year, but I believe there was the Eau Privée. I was not really into it, the Coco Chanel Eau Privée. And also Le Lion at the end of the year. So I tried that one, but it's nice, but I didn't fell head over heel for it. So I don't know. So I tried one that was released a long time ago, maybe 7 years ago. This is the first one I tried it and I really, really enjoyed it. And I got it for my birthday and it is 1932. So this fragrance is like a aldehyde bomb, like most of Chanel's, but still less than the number 22 or number 5. But it's beautiful white flowers with the iris and aldehydes. Really beautiful fragrance. This is something that I like to wear all year long, so maybe best for spring and autumn. But this is, yes, for me this was my Chanel of the year, I would say. The next brand I want to talk about is Dior. So for me, Dior didn't release this year many fragrances that I really enjoyed. I remember I reviewed, it was Rouge Trafalgar. It was okay, but on my skin at last it's not working that well because of the musk maybe. And there was also Oud Rose Wood, which is really nice. I maybe prefer that one. But still, the one I preferred was in the designer classic line, I don't know. And it is J'adore Infinissime. So this one was released at the end of the year and this year, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful white floral tuberose. It's a creamy tuberose and jasmine. So nice. It has some orange. No, it's not orange blossom. It's blood orange in the opening, which makes it really, really beautiful. Yes, this was really one of my best discoveries of the year and a really great surprise because I'm definitely not a J'adore girl. And yes, this was the first one I really, really enjoyed. Okay, the next brand I'm going to talk about, and maybe it's going to be BDK. So BDK, I don't know if they released these fragrances this year. I don't think so, but I discovered the brand this year. And the one that matches and works the best on my skin was Rouge Smoking. So I believe I discovered this fragrance by the fragrance test tube. Oh, come on, focus. Hello. Maybe not. Okay. So Eva talks about this fragrance and yes, I'm not really into cherry note. And I don't know, I tried this one. It was okay on paper, but on my skin, it was the one that worked the best. And this one is vanilla, cherry, cashmere, tonka beans. Yeah, beautiful woody vanilla. This is how I smell it because, yes, I don't really smell the cherry here. I suppose it has cherry, almond also, heliotrope, almond. It's a really beautiful fragrance. It works really nice on my skin. And yes, it was a really great discovery. Yes, I really enjoyed also the, crème de cuir. So this was the one that I enjoyed the most at first. But crème de cuir doesn't work at all on my skin. But still, it works really nicely on my boyfriend's skin. So, yeah. Okay, the next brand I'm going to talk about is Penhaligon's. So Penhaligon's released a few fragrances this year. I believe I was not able to try them. There was this one that Andreas talked about. yes, the Brilliantly British, I believe, but it was a an edition, special edition for Christmas, and I was not able to try it. So the one that I really, really enjoy is not something that was released this year, but was released previously. It was the first time I tried it, and I really, really enjoy it now. And it is the Bewitching Yasmin. If it can focus again, yes, maybe. So this one was a blind buy. I believe it's Sherry from the Top Notes that talked about this fragrance, and also Amy from Fragrance with Amy that talked about this fragrance. And I decided to blind buy it, and yes, it was a great love. Not at first sniff, because at first I was a bit surprised by the smell of it, but the jasmine and the spices, especially, it smells more like spices, I would say. And it's really yummy. The jasmine is more behind. There's a bit of oud also. It's quite a strong fragrance, but it's really beautiful. I really do enjoy it wearing it now. And this one, yes, it's one of my best discovery of the year. The next brand I want to talk about is Dusita. And the fragrance that I enjoyed the most is also a blind buy, and it was Splend Iris. So I think this one was not released this year. It was released maybe in 2019. And I blind buy it. Okay, is it focusing, or I'm not really sure because I don't really see on my phone. I believe it was released in 2019, but I only discovered it this year, and I really, really enjoyed it. I blind bought it because I think it's Lizzie from Rose and Jewels talked about it, and we have some similar tastes, so I thought that maybe I would enjoy that one. Lola also, Lola Scent, talked about it, and I decided to go for it and buy it blindly, but it was a successful blind buy. I really love it. It's a beautiful iris fragrance. It has some carrot seed also, but it has something really exotic that I love in this fragrance that you find also in many of Dusita fragrances, and it's really special. It makes me feel special. It makes me feel beautiful. It's really elegant, exotic, and I really enjoyed it. Her other fragrances are also really, really beautiful. I enjoy them really much. What are the other ones? Yes, I believe it's a Pavillon d'Or and Isara that I enjoyed really, really much. Era One also, and I think this year she released a Moonlight, but I was not able to try it yet. So, but still, this one was my favorite one. Oh yes, and I forgot. La Douceur du Siam was also one that I really, really enjoyed. If I buy a new one, yes, I don't know. Maybe it would be Pavillon d'Or, Isara, or La Douceur du Siam. I don't know yet. The next brand I want to talk about is Healy. So I really got a crush on this brand. I discovered it this year, and I really enjoyed most of the fragrances, like almost all the ones that I tried, like Dusita. And it was really hard for me to choose the first fragrance that I wanted to buy. And it was Iris de Nuit. Yeah, because I really enjoy Iris, and for sure when it's well made, I love it. So I love the version of Dusita, but this one is also really different. The name of this fragrance is really well chosen. It's a gray iris, but still really elegant. It's so beautiful. This one also makes me feel so beautiful, so elegant, but also, yes, this is something that I could wear with a beautiful dress or leather jacket. I don't know. I feel like iris is something that dress you up. I don't know if you understand what I mean. But like 1932, I don't know. When I'm wearing a fragrance with iris, I feel always dressed up. And this one is a really beautiful one. So this was my favorite one. A great discovery this year. And I enjoyed also the other ones. So, yes, as you know, maybe if you follow me, I asked for, in my wish list for Christmas, there was a set. And this is what I got for Christmas. So I don't have much space here. But yeah, I got the set. So I'm going to show you the fragrances that I got. And the ones that I selected are the ones that I enjoyed the most from this brand. Except one. Okay, let me show them. Okay, these are the fragrances that I selected. So Sel Marin, which is a beautiful yes, salty, summery fragrance. Really beautiful, really addictive. I don't know, it's the citrus and the salt. I love it. Zeste de gingembre, which is also beautiful. I love ginger. This is one of my favorite notes. And I believe this one was released this year, Zeste de gingembre. Coco Bello is also really nice. I talked already about it on my channel, and it's also summer fragrance with the coconut. Really beautiful, really creamy. Blanc Poudré is more about the musk and vanilla. It's also really beautiful. Reminds me of Lush product. Still can't find which one. I believe it's the one that was called Marshmallow, but smelled like vanilla. And L'Amandière, I believe this one was released this year, so I haven't tried it much. I took it because I was curious. It's about almond, as the name suggests, and I really love the notes, the almond notes. It has heliotrope also, I believe. And yes, it's a beautiful one. The only one I didn't have in this set that I really enjoyed was the Vetiver Veritas, I believe. I love the quality of this fragrance. It's really beautiful, but still, this is not something that I see myself wearing. So this is why I don't have it in the kit. Okay, another fragrance house that I discovered this year is Maison Violette. So I believe I heard Clémence from Clémence CC Fragrance talking about this house, and yes, I tried the Discovery set, and the one I enjoyed the most was Pourpre d'Automne. So I don't believe it was released this year, but I tried it this year and I really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful rose and iris, violet. It has some plum also. Yes, what I smell the most is the violet, the iris violet combo with the rose, the plum. It has some musk behind. It's really beautiful. I really enjoy this fragrance. As you can see, maybe there is a theme this year, but I seem to enjoy iris a lot. And this one is a really beautiful one. And yes, I love it for autumn, fall. It's really beautiful. Okay, the next brand I want to talk about is L'Orchestre Parfum. And there are two fragrances that I really fell in love from their collection. And the first one is Rose Trombone. You can see it. Yes, this is a boozy rose. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I believe it has some musk behind, some pear also. I remember that it has pear. Yes, really nice for spring, autumn, beautiful fragrance. Yes, I love it. They have really great fragrances. I tried the Santal one. Okay, sorry, I made some space, but yeah. I tried also the Santal one. I'm not really into sandalwood. But the Santal, Piano Santal, I believe it's also really beautiful. If you love sandalwood, try this one. And the other one that I really, really enjoyed is Thé d'Arbouca. So this one, I expected something like tea, but what I smell the most is the spices. It's, yes, it has a lot of spices, but it's really beautiful. It has some bergamot, also some dried fruits, a bit of oud behind, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, just beautiful. Perfect for the season, I would say autumn, winter fragrance. They also released new fragrances this year, and yes, I just wanted to talk briefly about it, but there was this fragrance Bouquet Encore that I really enjoyed. It reminded me a lot of, where is it? Yeah, of my J'adore Infinissime, because it's about also tuberose, and I believe it has also a similar note in the opening, like the blood orange. A bit more animalic Bouquet Encore, but yeah, really beautiful. I'm still wondering if I will buy it or not for next summer, spring, summer. We'll see. Okay, the next brand is Fragrance du Bois, and the one that I tried that I got a really great crush on it, and it is Siberian Rose. This one, okay, the name is quite misleading because it's not really about the rose, but it's about tuberose, so white flower with pear, and has also juniper, I believe pink pepper in the opening. Yeah, but it has some rose, but to me the rose is more behind. The tuberose is really what you smell the most with the pear and the juniper, and has a a beautiful background also with the moss, but this is really beautiful, like a ballad in the forest, and you are picking some fruits. So beautiful. I I just fell in love with that one. I wore it a lot, and yes, it's just so beautiful. I really want to try this brand more because the few fragrances that I tried were really interesting, but I really fell in love with this one. It was really for me. Okay, the next brand I'm gonna talk about is Memo. So the fragrance that I tried this year, so I tried the brand this year. I already heard about it, but I tried it only this year. And the one that I immediately fell in love with was Inlay. So this one is about jasmine, specifically osmanthus. It really has this apricot vibe with some matte behind and a little bit of iris and some musk also in the background. This is a really beautiful osmanthus. It's one of my favorite osmanthus. I really like it. I really enjoyed it. I just had a particular story with this because the first one that I bought was a fake fragrance. So now I have a real one. I'm really happy about it. But yeah, still I really enjoy it. And it's a really beautiful fragrance. I'm really happy about it. Another one that I really enjoyed from the house was Eau de Memo. So this one is more for autumn, fall, I would say. It has also, no, this one doesn't have green tea, it has mate, but this one has green tea note with jasmine also, really beautiful, a bit of iris, but this one has some leather notes in the background, which makes it more autumn, fall suitable, I would say. But still, it reminds me a bit of this one, but with some leather. And it's really, really beautiful. I love the leather in this one. But yeah, Memo knows how to make leather. And another one that I really enjoyed, I don't have it, but it's Oriental leather. It's, yes, another beautiful leather. A bit more masculine, maybe, but still, I love it. Okay, the next brand I'm going to talk about is Jo Malone. Yes. And... yes, I don't know. Yes, for sure they released some fragrance this year, but the one I really enjoyed was Oris and Sandalwood. This was not released this year. In fact, this was sent to me as a gift with the fragrance that I bought. I don't even remember which one. Yeah, that is to say. And I love that one. I don't know why they discontinued it, but it's really, really beautiful. Yes, it has violet and iris. Oh, this is so nice. I just love it. It has sandalwood, but it doesn't bother me because, sandalwood sometimes is not nice on my skin, but this one is really beautiful. It smells really like, really lipsticky. It has this lipsticky vibe. But it is so nice. Yeah. Yes. I tried it and I kept smelling my wrist all the time, and yes, usually this is a good sign. I love it so much. Yes, and I get it for free. I didn't even know this fragrance, so this was a really great discovery. I'm really happy about it. Okay, the next brand is Amouage, and this is also a fragrance that was not released this year, but that I tried this year, and this is Blossom Love. So I believe I saw many reviews about this one, and I decided to, I think it was a blind buy. Oh my god, yes, I'm bold. So yes, I think it was a blind buy, and I loved it so much. I love the heliotrope in the opening. I love heliotrope. This is one of my favorite notes now, I believe. It's a bit boozy. It has some cherry blossoms, a bit of rose, and beautiful vanilla in the background, or tonka beans, or both maybe. I don't remember, but it's also beautiful. Yes, I really love it. It has a bit of character, and still it's really elegant, a bit sweet, fruity, and floral. I love it. It's a beautiful fragrance for spring, and was, yes, a really great discovery. Okay, my next fragrance is by Kilian, and also it was not released this year, but I tried it this year, and it is Love, Don't Be Shy. I heard a lot about this fragrance, so I decided to try it at last. And yes, it's a beautiful orange blossom and marshmallow fragrance. I believe it has a bit of iris also. It's quite bold. I would say really sugary. A sugary sweet, so you need to love this kind of fragrance, orange blossom and really sweet fragrances, but which is not really my kind, but still this one is really well made, really beautiful. But the only problem of this fragrance is just that it makes me hungry, so I just want to eat marshmallow when I'm wearing it, but it's really, really beautiful. I love it. Just the price, I think it's just a bit overpriced, but this is just my, yes, just what I thought. The next brand then is Parle-moi de Parfum. So for sure then I tried also Guimauve de Noël, which is really beautiful. I don't believe it was released this year too, but this year I tried this brand and I really enjoyed this one. To me it's like a more refined, elegant version of Love Don't Be Shy. Not that Love Don't Be Shy is not refined or elegant, but it's quite bold and not really, how to say it? Yes, nuancé, how do you say that? Yeah, I don't know, this one is maybe more balanced. Yeah, I find this one more elegant. It also has orange blossom, marshmallow. It's less sweet, maybe a bit more floral and less sweet. But yeah, I believe it has some musk behind. It's really beautiful. I love it too. And yes, it's softer, less in your face, and yeah, still really wearable and really, yeah, I really like it. And the other one from the brand that I really enjoyed was Flavia Vanilla. So this one, as the name suggests, is about vanilla, but this vanilla is not, how to say it, like a candy vanilla to me, a bit boozy. It has something that reminds me of wine, I don't know how, like white wine and vanilla. I don't know, it's not listed in the note. I believe the notes on Fragrantica are not listed, I don't know, I don't remember. But to me it smells like, yeah, something really sweet, like candied vanilla, maybe not really natural, but still really beautiful, and wine. It smells like, I don't know, to me it smells like a young girl ponytail. This is strange to say it like that, but yeah, like maybe I would enjoy it to have it at hair mist also, but yes, it's a, I really enjoy it. It's a nice vanilla, like candied vanilla and wine. This is how I smell it, but yeah. The next one I want to talk about is Sylvaine Delacourte. So I tried all her fragrances this year, and to be honest, I enjoyed all of them. It was really hard for me to choose my first fragrance, the first fragrance that I wanted to buy. But the first one that I decided to buy was Osiris. So this one was from the Orange Blossom collection. And yes, this one has is quite original because it has orange blossom and sesame. It has also in the opening a strong note of is it, how do you say clementine in English? Clementine, mandarin orange. I don't know. It has some pink pepper, a bit of honey, benzoin, some sandalwood, cedar, and gaiac wood. Yes, it's a beautiful orange blossom woody. Sorry, it's not on the screen, but because I'm smelling it on the same time. Yes, it's a beautiful orange blossom. It's quite original because of the sesame, and it was a beautiful discovery. Really woody also, so I like woody floral, and yeah, the sesame was quite original. Yeah, the citrus are also well done in her brand, and yes, I think the fragrance were quite consistent, you say, in quality, and they were all really beautiful, and it was really hard for me to choose then. If I could have them all, I would take them all. I tried all the samples, and I wore all the samples. So this is something which is quite uncommon when I'm trying a brand. Usually there is one or two fragrances that I really enjoy, and the rest I'm not wearing them. And I can say that I wore all the samples from the whole collection. So yes, this is quite something. So the first one I bought was Osiris, so this was my favorite one. And then the second one was Oscarine. So Oscarine was also from the Orange Blossom collection. So this one has some notes of bergamot, and has also petit grain, blackcurrant, I believe. And yes, I remember that this pine note is really beautiful. I think it has a bit of basil, but not too much because I'm not a great fan of this note. Yes, it's the combination of orange blossom with the pine is really particular and quite it's quite new for me, and it's really beautiful. It works really well with the blackcurrant also. It's quite green and floral at the same time. It's really nice. I enjoy this too. So from the Orange Blossom collection, there was my favorite one. And the one that I really enjoyed also from the Musk collection was Dovana. So this one is a beautiful musk fragrance. It has a bit of iris also. Really elegant. I love that one. It's like the, we spray it on my wrist. Yes, I say often that it's like a white shirt, you know, the white shirt you wear to go to work. This is this fragrance. It's quite feminine. I imagine Sylvain Delacote wearing this one. I don't know. This is something that I really imagine her wearing. Dovana and maybe Florentina. I believe this is something that really represents, I don't know, her to me. I don't know. This is really the image that I have. Yeah, it's a beautiful creamy iris with the beautiful musk. This is really nice. You know, this is something, to me, this brand made something really, really difficult, I would say, because they released a collection based on musk, and musk was really not my favorite note. On Orange Blossom, and also it was not my favorite note, and I believe the third one was, vanilla. And at the time, I didn't really enjoy vanilla. And I believe they released this collection for people who didn't like these notes, because I really loved all the fragrances. So even if you don't like vanilla, I encourage you to try the vanilla collection that she released, because it's really beautiful. Still don't have any fragrance from this vanilla collection, because honestly I enjoyed them all. So much that I was not able to choose yet the fragrance that I wanted. But still now I think that I'm gonna choose Valkyrie, because I really love the citrus with the vanilla. And this one has a bit of Shalima spirit that I really enjoy. And yes, but the other ones are still, really, really beautiful. I love them all. Okay, so the next brand I want to talk about is Nicolai. And I already dedicated a video to this brand with this kit. So I tried the brand with this little kit. And these are I don't know if you can see anything, but these are the fragrances that I tried. And to be honest, they are all really, really good. Yes, I enjoyed all the fragrances that I tried from this brand. There are some that were really for me, some that were less my taste and not really for me, but still they were all made really well. I just want to try all the fragrances from this brand now, because yes, I love what they do. So to be honest, if you try this pack, they are all really good. My favorite ones were Patchouli Intense, Musc Intense, New York Intense, and Low Mixed was really beautiful. But the other ones are also really good, Fig Tea and Ambre Cashmere. So yes, and with this kit that I got for free, because I bought the fragrance, it was a blind buy, and it was one that they released this year, and it is Eau de Yuzu. So this one was released in 2020, and it is such a beautiful fragrance, Yuzu. I believe it has bergamot also. It's just an explosion of citrus. Honestly, I believe this is is it my favorite citrus fragrance? But I don't know, but this is part of my favorite citrus fragrances. And I would expect, because it's only maybe an EDT, I think it is an eau de toilette or eau fraîche. It's not even an EDT, but it's really strong. It projects like crazy. It has a good longevity. And for a citrus fragrance, this is something really difficult. But this is so nice. If you love citrus fragrances and if you like yuzu, definitely you need to try this one, because it's just beautiful. It's stunning. I fell in love with that one. And for sure, this is one of my best discovery, and it was released this year. The other fragrance that I bought also that I really enjoyed, it was part of the kit, and it is Musc Intense. So this one I really fell in love with, and I decided to go for a small bottle. And it is a pear and musk fragrance. I believe it has aldehydes, but I don't know if it's listed in the notes. It really has a beautiful Chanel DNA to me. It reminds me a lot of number 22, but maybe the EDP version that was released lately. It has this Chanel vibe with pear on top, and it's so beautiful, really elegant. Rose and musk and pear, so nice. I just love that one too. It's really beautiful, stunning, great quality. Nothing to say about it. It's really beautiful. So the next brand that I tried this year also was Theo Cabanel, and they had some good surprise also, I would say. So the first one was a blind buy also, and it is Barkhane. So this is the previous, I would say, look of their bottle, but still really beautiful. And Barkhane is an amber fragrance, quite bold. Yes, with lots of patchouli, tonka bean, vanilla, myrrh, lots of myrrh, a bit of oud in the background. It has also a bit of cumin. So if you don't like cumin, I don't know. I advise you to test it first, because it's quite present still. It tends to be, it's leaning a bit more masculine, I would say, but still really beautiful. I can wear it, no problem. Yes, I really like that one, and I think I'd like to try it on my boyfriend. Really nice. And the next one that was also blind buy was Adain. So this one is maybe a bit more feminine, a bit vintage in the. To me, it smells a bit vintage, a bit like the Guerlain would smell. So, it has some, maybe the benzoin, what I smell the most, with the rose, bit of pepper, a bit of white flowers, some vanilla in the background, and iris. It's quite difficult to describe, because this kind of fragrance is you really need to try it. If you want to try their fragrances, they have some good offer. So I believe for 30 or 35 euro you can have all the fragrances that they released. They released also some really good fragrances lately. So one that was released, I believe, last year. I think it's last year. Beginning of this year? I think it's last year. It's Café Cabanel. So I tried this one also. It's really nice. Doesn't work on my skin, so that's why I didn't buy it. But still, it's beautiful coffee, but sweet coffee and vanilla fragrance. Really nice. If you like this kind of fragrance, try it. But on my skin, it didn't work. And the new ones that were released, I don't know where I put my samples, but I ordered them. And they're also really nice. There is a pear one. I believe it's très French. There is also Oh La La, which is about sandalwood, but unfortunately it doesn't work on my skin. And the last one that I really enjoyed is Je ne sais quoi. So Je ne sais quoi is a beautiful, to me it smells more like hazelnut. And it's really, really nice, like a green hazelnut. And so nice. It works beautifully on my skin. So if I had to buy another one, maybe it would be Je ne sais quoi. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about Frederic Malle. And this year I got the Rose collection kit, I would say. And in this kit, there were already fragrances that I knew, like Portrait of a Lady, Lipstick Rose that I really enjoyed. But I believe I haven't tried before Une Rose, Rose Cuir and Promise. So the first three were new for me. And I really, really enjoyed Rose Cuir and Promise. Rose Cuir is a beautiful, the name suggests rose and leather fragrance, but to me, the rose is quite absent. I think he played a lot with the geranium note in this fragrance, because this is a note which is used to enhance or to create maybe the note of rose, and also for the note of leather. So I think he played on that note. But I think this fragrance is really, really interesting, really well made, beautiful work by Jean-Claude Helena. And Promise is a beautiful rose, fruity fragrance. I believe it has cypriol also. It's quite strong. It looks like nude fragrance, but I don't believe that there is oud in this one. But it smells like a nude fragrance to my nose. Maybe because of the cypriol. This is a note that you can find a lot, rose and cypriol with the oud fragrances. Yes, it's quite fruity. It's a bit animalic also. I don't remember what's in it. Maybe civet? I don't know. But it's really strong, really beautiful. It was a really nice discovery for me too. I'm wondering if I'm not buying, I don't know, maybe a small bottle of it. Really nice. The next brand I wanted really to discover this year was For and Manley. For and Manley, I don't know how you pronounce that name. I was able to order a discovery set by La Cour des Parfums. So they are located in the Netherlands, but they can send you fragrances in Europe. And yes, because this is a Australian brand, I believe, and it's really hard to find in Europe. So I was really happy to be able to try the fragrances, and the discovery set is really, really nice because yes, there's lots of fragrances here to try, and they are all really, really beautiful. To be honest, I was really pleasantly surprised by the quality of all of them, but for sure some of them were more my taste, especially this one. It was the one that I liked the most. I believe it's Mr. Bojnokop's Purple Hat. Yes, the name is quite complicated. And this one is a beautiful lavender and oud fragrances. I believe it has a bit of chocolate and vanilla, nice vanilla in the background. It's so, so beautiful. Oh, this is so really sexy to me. Yeah, I like if men was wearing that. I believe I would really enjoy it. So, so beautiful. The Charlatan is also a really nice one. But yes, I believe it's Giverny somewhere, which is also really nice. Green fragrance, perfect for spring. Garden of Gnome, also really green spring fragrance. But they are all really nice. I believe they all deserve to be tested. So if you want to try this brand, yes, I can recommend you to try it with this discovery set. And yes, it was a really good discovery. The bottles also are so beautiful. I'd really love to have one, but still they are quite expensive. So yes, I can't buy everything. Okay, now we're gonna talk about l'Artisan Parfumeur. And one of their release this year that I really, really enjoyed, I believe it was from, yes, I think it's from this year. It's Couleur Vanille. And this fragrance, yes, I was not a great fan of vanilla. And I think this year I discovered so many great vanilla that I enjoy. And this one is part of it. Oh, yes, this is a salty vanilla, but with boomy background, I would say. Like, I believe it has benzoin and tulipbalm, and it's a really warm, salty vanilla. So, so nice. I like to wear it when it was hot, like in spring, summer, because of the saltiness of the fragrance, but still, I need to try it again. Yes, I need to try it again this winter, because I believe it can be a really good fragrance for winter because of this warm background, the tulipbalm and the benzoin. Yes, this is so nice. I really like it. This is a really good one by l'Artisan Parfumeur that was released this year. Another one that I really enjoyed also was Mandarina Corsica. So I don't remember if that one was released this year too, maybe last year. And this is so, so nice. A beautiful sugary mandarin orange. Really fruity, but really sweet at the same time. It reminds me of a dessert, you know, that sugary mandarin orange. That's it. Yes, this is nice. And it has also something with it like gingerbread notes behind, because it's quite spicy. It has cinnamon, I believe. Maybe ginger, but it reminds me of gingerbread with the mandarin orange. Yes, okay. And yes, that one was really, really great discovery. I enjoyed it a lot. Yes, so nice. And there were some other fragrances by l'Artisan Parfumeur that I enjoyed this year. I don't believe that they were released this year. So especially that one. So Noir Exquise, another one that I really enjoyed and that I bought this year. It was not released this year, but I really enjoyed it. It is a black coffee fragrance with beautiful chestnut and vanilla. It has some woody notes. Oh, it's really perfect for autumn. Oh, yes, so nice. Really beautiful. I liked it really much. It reminded me a lot of By the Fireplace. It looks like my camera is moving. Yes, back, and I don't know why. I'm sorry if it's really the case. I don't know why it's moving. I hope it's not the case, but yeah. Another one that I really enjoyed trying this year, it is Passage d'Enfer. It is an EDT that was created by Olivia Giacobetti. So it was not created this year, but I tried it this year. And it is a really nice incensey fragrance with the lily. So it's beautiful floral and with a bit of incense. Still, yes, it's quite light. This is something that I would enjoy wearing for spring because it's quite green also, I believe, because of the lily. And yes, I believe they've just released the extreme version of this. I cannot wait to try it because yes, I really enjoyed that one. I believe they added some vanilla and benzoin in the background to make it maybe easier to wear for winter. So yes, I really need to try the extreme version, but still I really enjoyed the normal one, I would say, the EDT version. Oh, and I almost forgot the one that I really enjoyed for summer, I would say, from this brand was Under de Bretagne. So I think that one was released last year, and it is a really realistic, salty fragrance that it smells like the sea. Definitely seaweed. It's like, yes, really being in Bretagne, in Brittany, close to the sea, smelling the seaweed, the sand, the saltiness, the of your skin is really so realistic, really beautiful. If you're looking for this kind of, I don't know, sea fragrance, salty fragrance, this is a really good one. And I believe it has ambergris also, seaweed, ambergris, saltiness. Wow, so beautiful. I like it so much. It will be perfect for next summer. Talking about summer, another fragrance that I really enjoyed this year and was a really great discovery was from Gucci. So their private line, the Alchemist Garden collection, and it is a chain for the nymph. So it was also a blind buy and a successful one because it's such a beautiful white and yellow flowers, really creamy floral. Well, it smelled the most, maybe the ylang ylang. I believe it has some jasmine, tuberose. Yes, really creamy white and yellow flower. And really some frangipani, I believe. Yes, it's tropical, creamy floral. And yeah, basically that's it. It has some vanilla behind. It's really elegant, really well made, quite classic, elegant, and exotic at the same time. Really summery, really beautiful. A beautiful summer fragrance. And this was the first one that I tried from this private collection. I like to try more, but yeah, I cannot try them first. So it's quite risky to to blind buy them because it's also quite expensive. I was lucky to get a good discount on this one, but still I believe it's almost 300 euro the bottle. But this one I get it maybe for 200. But still, it's quite expensive. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to risk another blind buy, but still, a really good discovery. The next one I'm going to talk about is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it is L'eau à la rose. So this one was released this year. Yes, I believe I reviewed it, and it was not a love at first sniff. It was nice, but okay, that was it. It's a nice fragrance, and that's it. But I had the occasion to get it for a really good price, and then I was wearing it a lot around, I don't know, spring, May. and I really enjoyed it. It's such a light-hearted, beautiful rose, cheerful rose. The quality of the rose is really beautiful. I smell yes, 2 roses in it, like a young one and an older one. It's hard to explain, but the quality of the rose itself, it's really beautiful. It's quite airy. It's a bit fruity. It's really nice. I really enjoyed it. Even more, I believe, than the initial rose one, à la rose. Yes, I think I prefer that one. A really nice one. Does it have something like lychee, or I don't know? It has some fruitiness inside. I believe red fruits and lychee maybe. It reminds me a lot of Rosa Rosa by Guerlain. But yeah, it's a really beautiful one. I enjoyed it a lot for spring. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about Guerlain. So I hope this video won't take ages, but I'm afraid it will. So the fragrance that was not released this year, but I got a sample with another purchase, I would say, and I immediately fell in love with it. And it is Encens Mythique. But this fragrance, I fell in love with it, but so much. Like I got the sample, and maybe 1 week later, I got the bottle of it. This became really one of my favorite fragrances. Don't be misled by the name, because to me that's really smell most like incensey fragrance, but more like ambergris and rose. It has some pepperiness. Do you say pepperiness? I don't know, but it's quite peppery. A bit incensey, but still for me it's a ambergris and rose fragrance. And yes, I really like it. I believe this is this is my favorite from Les Absolus d'Orient now, with Santal Royal and Musc Noble. Yeah, a really nice one. I like it really much. I love it. The next one is a fragrance that was discontinued this year, and I discovered it only this year. And it is Shalimar Cologne. So this is not new, but I jumped on it because I heard that it was going to be discontinued. I got a sample of it, and I really loved it. I wore the sample until it was really completely empty, and I decided that I really need a bottle of it. Now I'm quite sad that that it is discontinued, that they are stopping this fragrance, because this is my favorite flanker of Shalimar now. I love this. The vanilla and the citrus in this fragrance is, to me, it's the best from all the Shalimar ones. Yes, the citrus are so uplifting. The bergamot is really perfect. The vanilla behind is really fluffy, really, really beautiful. This is a nice vanilla that you can wear in hot weather. It works really nice for spring and summer. So nice. Just love that one. Yes, I regret that they stopped it. Another fragrance that I really enjoyed this year, I reviewed it also, and it is an Aqua Allegoria, and it was released, with Grenada Salvia, and it is Orange Soleil. So this one was my favorite one from the 2 they released, and I loved it really, really much. This is an orange, not an orange blossom, a blood orange fragrance, and this is really, really beautiful, really realistic. Yes, this blood orange is just juicy, fruity, sweet. So nice. This has a bit of mintiness with it, I believe. This is so beautiful. So uplifting. So nice. I believe this is my favorite blood orange fragrance. Even better than the Atelier Cologne one. Yes, I really love that one. And at some point, I believe I tried it when it was hot with the... was it in September? Or, I don't remember. With J'adore Infinissime. I put it on top, and it works really nicely with it. So, yes, it was a good combo. And yes, it's just a good one. I tried it, I reviewed it, and then I kept thinking about it, and at some point I decided to buy it. So I'm going to have it for next year, for next summer. Really nice. The next fragrance by Guerlain is a fragrance that I discovered at the beginning of the year. It was not new, but I became really obsessed with it, and it is Neroli Outre Noir. So this is a beautiful Neroli and with smoke tea fragrance, quite green, but still it has a bit of fruitiness. I won't talk about it more because I reviewed it already on my channel. So if you want to know more, I encourage you to watch my review of it. But it was really one I fell in love at the beginning of the year. I cannot wait to wear it more. Yes, for spring. I loved it so much. This was one that I wore this fragrance just before COVID, and I cannot wait to wear it again when it's gonna be spring again. Okay, so now I have a few samples that I tried this year that were really interesting, and one that I keep thinking about is La Nuit de l'Orchidée by Pierre Guillaume. So this fragrance was released, I believe, in partnership with Sens Unique, and it's a beautiful vanilla, really beautiful, really qualitative, I would say. Smells like a, yes, really true vanilla, I would say, and like nothing else. I smell nothing else aside the vanilla. It's a bit boozy in the opening. I will reapply. I have it on my wrist. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It doesn't have a really great longevity. This is something that maybe prevented me from buying it before, but still the smell of it is just so beautiful that maybe I'm gonna crack and I think I'm gonna buy it. But this is really beautiful. It's quite a boozy, sweet vanilla. It's not the kind of dry, aromatic one. It's a bit spicy, but not too much. But yes, it's really realistic. It's a good quality one. You can smell it. Yes, a good quality vanilla. I'm still thinking about it. This is a really good discovery, and I may buy a bottle of it. Another really good vanilla that I think you need to try if you like vanilla is Vanille Havane by Les Indémodables. Yes, I've tried this fragrance as soon as it was released. I ordered a sample by Sens Unique, and it is a really good one. If you like boozy vanilla, but the vanilla to me is not the first thing that I smell in this fragrance, in the sense that it's a boozy fragrance. I smell a lot of tobacco, yes, a lot, a lot of tobacco and spices. If you love this kind of fragrances, you're gonna love it. It's quite masculine. Yes, lots of tobacco and spices. And the vanilla is more aromatic, I would say, and in the background. It's coming more on your skin and in the dry down. But in the opening, it's just boozy tobacco and spices. Yes, really beautiful one. Really good quality also. I can only recommend it to you. They have some good other ones, but basically this is a good brand. I love the quality of the fragrances. Okay, another one that I tried that I really enjoyed this year was Exit the King by État Libre d'Orange. So this one was released this year also, and oh yes, this is a really nice, how would I say it, barbershop fragrance. Yes, it's like beautiful oak moss with the white flowers. It's like a barbershop scent, but going into the feminine territory, I would say. I like this fragrance is quite, yes, into the feminine and masculine territory, and I like it. And yeah, it's really nice. It works really well on me. Yes, it's a really nice barbershop scent, but I really don't enjoy it. I think I'm gonna take it for spring. It's one of my favorite from the État Libre d'Orange, just after maybe Jasmin et Cigarette. And yeah, this one, I really like it. Okay, some other fragrances that I really, really enjoyed this year. I really enjoyed trying fragrances that smell like forest, if I can say it like this. So I like these three. Okay, let's start with the first one. So this one is Migration de l'Arbre by Senyoko. Basically, it smells like a forest, like the tree, like the moss of the tree. I would say the écorce. I would put the name in English of the tree. It reminded me of birch a little bit. Yes, the smell of the birch, the leaves, the trunk of the tree. It's so beautiful, so realistic, really good quality. And yeah, I want to try more from this brand because this is really, really nice. Another one that I really enjoyed also was Cape Heartache by Imaginary Authors. This one I liked it really much because I find it quite imaginative. The mix of the red fruits, I believe it's strawberry and the pine notes. Ah yes, this is really nice and so addictive. I love the pine note here. Oh, this is so nice. So addictive. Ah, this is really nice. So I want to try more so from this brand, but I really fell in love with that one. I could consider buying a bottle also with these two, but this one is quite expensive. And the last one is the one that Hilary from the Bureau talked a lot, and of course it is Enchanted Forest. So the first time I tried it, I was, yeah, okay, it smells a lot like trees, but do I really want to smell like that? But yes, now I realize that it's really, really beautiful. It do smell like an enchanted forest for sure. A bit, yeah, I believe it has a bit of fruitiness and booziness, yeah, because I've just sprayed it in the room. Yes, it's beautiful. It smells like the moss of the trees, the grass, it's really green, but with this booziness and this fruitiness. It's also really, really nice one. I would enjoy having a bottle. Yes. You see, never say never, because yeah, I really enjoy it. Yes, okay, we made it. Yeah, it's over. There are also, yeah, so many other fragrances I would like to talk about because they're also really nice. I discovered many great fragrances in the box from Eau Parfum. You know, Eau Parfum is the brand or association, I would say, that created the Nez magazine. They also have a box that they sell each month for 35 euro. And I discovered so many great fragrances in their boxes. So I believe maybe I would make a dedicated video to this. And because otherwise it would be too much in that one that I believe is already too long. My table is full. If my poor IKEA table is cracking, I'm gonna cry. Yes, hopefully it's it's standing. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the fragrances that I really love this year, that I discovered this year. To me, they are all really great. I love them all, so it was really, really hard for me to choose because they are the best that I discovered. So I discovered also other fragrances that were less good or not good at all. So, but maybe this is something that we can talk about. Tell me what you think about them. What are the fragrances that you discovered this year that you really enjoyed? If you would be interesting about the fragrances that I tried that I didn't like, maybe. And I wish you a nice New Year's Eve, because I believe this video will be published just before it. And yes, I hope to see you soon in my next video. See you next year. Bye!